Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And today I want to talk about grudges. Makeup grudges. Now, if you're new here, first of all, if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, you should subscribe and join the Hanhan fam. But if you are also new here and were not aware, I hold grudges. I am a grudge holder.
No, I love my grudges. I tend to them like little pets.
I find grudges to be a healthy part of my life. And there are so many makeup grudges that I hold near and dear to me that I thought I would talk about it. Now, this video is also in collaboration with my dear friend Audra of Audra at Home. I love Audra's channel and video linked in the description box. But I find grudge holding to just be a part of who I am as a human being. And I celebrate it. I luxuriate in it. I'm also filming this after filming New Makeup Nonsense Bingo, so I'm continuing a very large beverage, and I have had a little beverage beforehand. So we're just gonna have fun today. Now, when I'm talking about makeup grudges, there are going to be brands, there are going to be products that I tried, products I've never tried, trends, all of it. It's all open season. And I'm just gonna say this right up front. If you're a creator and you're watching this and you're like, I have makeup grudges I want to talk about, go for it. Please do the thing. This is like an unofficial tag. We're not covering specific questions, but just know if you want to do it, let's do it. Hashtag your video makeup grudges and I will find you in the hashtag. Hell yeah. Let's just jump right in. I have picked 13 because my dear friend Audra is a fan of odd numbers, and 13 fit my list and it just seemed appropriate for this little collaboration. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, I'm kind of going in order from like least juicy to most juicy grudge. So the first one I want to talk about is kind of a new one for me. I'm holding a bit of a grudge against the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Here's the thing, and this is totally like my grudges are very impacted by the beauty community, the small beauty community that I'm a part of, the creators I follow on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. There is something about the way this palette has like infiltrated into the community that gives me like grudge feelings. It gives me like, I don't believe you. You really can't be that good. Like, come on, y'all. Huda Beauty, really? But I think the main reason why I'm like holding a grudge is that to me, in my opinion.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
It is like 3 beautiful shimmers in a neutral palette. And if neutral palettes are your thing, awesome, enjoy them. But for me, as a single shadow, I look at this palette and I'm like, okay, I could spend $67 and get the 3 beautiful shimmers and a bunch of other soft, neutral, pinky, brownie, mattes and shimmers. Or I could put $67 towards like beautiful, shimmering, duochrome, multichrome, metallic single eyeshadows. And I would be so much happier. And part of me feels like grudge-worthy about it because I'm like, for all of the like, the smaller, or not even smaller, but all of the folks that are raving about it that are also indie eyeshadow lovers, I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? And that's like the perfect personification of my grudges. They make no sense. And they're not actually against any creator that's talking about this palette. They're not actually against them. It's just my weird self personified. So that is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. That's my first grudge. The next one up is, it's kind of like a lightweight grudge, and that's the Ciate London Miss Piggy collection. Look, I've been fat my whole life. Miss Piggy has been an icon my whole life. And Ciate London did Miss Piggy real shitty with this collection. It's a light grudge because I don't expect anything from Ciate. I just don't. But they manage to disappoint me even when I don't expect anything from them. They still disappoint me. The mirror was half-assed. If they had done a much nicer version of a mirror with some effort involved, if they had done like just everything about it, I was just like, y'all failed so hard, and it makes me have a grudge with them because it just hurt my feelings, okay? It hurt my feelings. Now, the next grudge, I kind of put together a couple of things. And this is kind of like trends. And one of them was a product, and then when I was looking through Sephora earlier today, I saw another product, and it made me think of this whole genre. The products and trends and techniques that were promoted and still are promoted that are completely only effective in like still photo and maybe video. And the things that popped to the forefront of my head are lip contouring. And I mean, when you're like, you put down a lip liner in specific areas, and then you put down a liquid lipstick, and then you put down a gloss. And yes, Huda's lip contour kit is what inspired this. But the thing that I realized is that, like, in particular, if you're gonna put a gloss on top, it goes away. And as you use your mouth and speak and talk, it goes away. So why am I putting on 3 or 4 products? For what? For what? But the other, the product of 2021 that, like, I was like, I rebuke thee and I have a grudge about, that feels very much like one of those products that looked really good on camera and then elsewhere, not so much. The KVD Apple Balm Foundation. Again, I have friends who love this product, and that's no hate towards them. But the way this was marketed, the TikTok mastery of this release, it makes me angry. It makes me angry. And the reason why it feels like a grudge is that I'm like, if I wanted pancake theater makeup, that exists already. And the way it was perceived as this like groundbreaking, amazing foundation, when it just seemed like it was extremely full coverage pancake cream makeup that the theater industry knows and loves, made me feel kind of grudge-worthy about it. So next up, this is another product that kind of fits in the like, it looks great on camera, but don't look at it in real life. I still, to this day, I still hold a grudge against liquid lipsticks. All of them. All of them. They do not look good in person. They rarely look good in person. They look good on camera, they look good in photo, they look good on lips that are filled with lip filler, and there is nothing wrong with lip filler lips, but I'm just saying, on your regular, wrinkly lips, they oftentimes look terrible. And I believed the lie for years. And then I realized that my lips were hurting. My lips were struggling, and they didn't even look as good as I had thought they looked. And the funny thing is that now that masks are a regular part of life, as they should be, liquid lipsticks are coming back in style. And I understand it. But again, I will not. They make my lips feel like pain and hurting. They make my lips look terrible because even if they look decent when they're on, when the lipstick is off, my lips are just screaming for hydration and moisture, and the recovery time, just no. The brand that has tempted me the latest is Kaleidos with those lip cloud lip paints. I forget what the name of them are. Those tempt me, and I might fall into the hype, but I'm trying to let my grudge heart hold strong and keep me away from liquid lipsticks. Another lip product that I feel intense anger and grudge about: Too-Faced lip injection glosses. Who the fuck allowed those to hit the market? Who allowed that level of pain in over-the-counter lip gloss? Who allowed that? How is this on the market? I remember trying this gloss, not knowing what I was getting into. I knew it was a lip plumper, but I bought a little kit, it was like 6 items. There was 3 of the little heart blushes when those were still a thing, and 3 lip injection glosses. I tried one of the glosses on, and
I hated her so much.
How is this allowed?
Flames on the side of my face, heaving breaths.
It's still allowed on the market. How? Look, I understand lip plumping glosses are a thing. I don't personally like them. But that is a next level of pain. And I think there is nothing wrong if you are a masochist or sadomasochist. Explore and enjoy your BDSM selves. But that gloss came with no warnings. That gloss is sold willy-nilly at Ulta and Sephora and TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I hate it. I hate it. Let's move on from the glosses that are far too painful for the regular person. And I'm also not a regular person, but you get what I'm saying. Something that I have had a grudge against for years now. The Boom Boom Cream. And basically the entire Sol de Janeiro line. But like, look, I don't understand. Sweet scents exist. Sweet scents have existed long before this lotion and long after. Vanilla, pistachio, caramel, complex sweet scents have existed. And the way this product has a chokehold on people blows my mind. I remember I had some deluxe samples. I tried this product. I tried it. I had like 5 of the deluxe, like multi-use, like big chunky envelopes of this lotion. I kept putting it on my body, And my body kept saying, this is not lotion. This is not moisturizing. This is not hydrating. And I was like, how is this? How? And like, I am bad at regularly lotioning and moisturizing my body. I am. It's something I struggle with a lot. So lotion, if I'm going to go through the effort, it's gotta work, it's gotta sink in, it's gotta do all the things. If it smells good, that's a bonus, but that's not the focus for me. The focus is actual moisture and hydration, and the fact that my body will like embrace the product and not just keep it on the surface of my skin. And Boom Boom Cream is like everything bad about lotion, but just pumped with super sweet vanilla caramel pistachio scents. I fucking hate it. So we're at number 7. We're at number 7 on my list. I had to express my grudge against, in particular, for Sally. But in general, most products that are in droppers. I just think that there are so many different ways you can package skincare in particular, and the dropper format seems like one of the most annoying and least efficient ways to do it. Give me a pump, give me a spray bottle. If neither of those work, I would rather take an open lid that I pour out than a dropper. But where the grudge lives, in particular with Farsali, is the sexual bukkake cum effect that was so popular through Instagram in particular, but also YouTube. And I am not a prude. I like, if it's not abundantly clear, I have nothing wrong with expressing yourself sexually, engaging in all kinds of different behaviors, as long as there's consent and respect and all of that. But there is something about the use of that visual where I was just like, look, we don't have to completely embrace a heteronormative visual for our makeup and skincare industry. Because I know men will enjoy watching those videos of you applying the cummy face liquid. I know it. I know that. They aren't your target audience though, so who the fuck cares about them? Just me? Just me? Now, the next two on my list, they kind of go together. Yes, my boo bitches. They kind of go together. The Tower 28 cream blushes and the M Cosmetics liquid blushes. My grudge is strong because of the hype that both of these products had. Let's start with Tower 28, because I know I've talked about their glosses. I just gave them a positive review recently. I will never buy one of their cream face products. That shit was lipstick in a cute acrylic compact. Lipstick. It was intensely pigmented, very, very creamy, dewy, but also because it was so intense and it was so emollient, I found it was patchy. It was hard to apply. It felt thick on the face. And then, on the other end of the spectrum, the M Cosmetics Liquid Serum Blushes. Those are fucking oil and a couple of drops of pigment. I don't like the feeling of oil just on my face as a cosmetic product. I barely like it as a skincare product. But the way that they are hyped up, both of these brands, both of these products, but the M Cosmetics product, the packaging is terrible. It breaks or barely works. Yes, it looks cute. It's fucking shitty. It doesn't function properly. And I just find that, like, I get it. I get that you want glossy, dewy, shiny, just dumped my face in water or some other kind of liquid. But it's a blush. I still want it to look like a blush. And even on my uncooked chicken, the pigment was barely there. Barely. I don't get it. And it makes me angry because I think the way it's priced and the hype that it's gotten makes no fucking sense.
Shut up! The man has only one look, for Christ's sake! Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
All of the super dewy, no makeup babes, babes, enjoy. Now I know. So number 4 on the list. I have a grudge against anything Jaclyn Hill. Any of it. All of it. I know, my friend Audra loves the blush palette. It looks beautiful. I am tempted. I hold a grudge against manipulative pieces of shit who want to make money off of their fans and don't care about any of the ethics or anything of it. And I'm sure I buy from plenty of brands, makeup and otherwise, that have CEOs that are the same fucking way. But with my experience in the beauty world, from the amount of videos that I've watched and the makeup that I've bought and all of that, Jaclyn, for me, makes it incredibly, incredibly obvious and apparent of where and how and who this person is. And so I hold a grudge. I still do. I hate the way she's talking about bodies and dieting and food and all of that right now. But even before then, no the fuck I won't be buying from Jaclyn Hill. The grudge is too strong for me. It just is. So the top 3, we're talking about kind of specific releases, but we're also talking about brands that I pretty regularly shit talk. So if you're a regular around here, you probably know where I'm going with this. And if you're new, buckle up. So number 3 on the list is the Utopian Dreams palette from Pat McGrath. Now here's the thing. The fully released palette might be beautiful. It might be one of the nicest palette, one of the ones with a lovely variety of textures and finishes and all of that. It's the marketing team with Pat McGrath that I'm holding the grudge with. Radiant rainbows, reflective rainbows. There was all of these words used for marketing this palette that were really embracing color. Color. Not purple, not pink, not burgundy, not gold. Color. Color. And then when the actual palette was revealed, it was Divine Rose 3. And I'm gonna say, it's a pretty palette. I might end up having it in my collection one day in the future. But the way they marketed it compared to what they revealed was insulting to me. And I know Pat McGrath marketing. I know how extreme and like hyperbolic they get. But this was like a next level. This was one step up, just too far to make me go, no, this isn't what we're doing. This isn't what we're doing. So number 2 on my list, Natasha Denona. In general, I hold a lot of grudges towards this brand. I see the potential, and that's my problem. I see the potential. I see they can do really lovely face products. I want them to do more. I felt like their Love Glow palette was like halfway there, but not there, and I'm sad about it. I see their palettes getting hype, and I see the price point, and I'm not here to diminish anyone's like status in the marketing space or anything like that. Price things out the way you want to price things out. But there were like two palettes that really stuck in my craw, and I still feel like grudgy feelings towards them. The first one was the Metropolis palette. Here's the thing. Part of it kind of reminds me of the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty from Huda Beauty. There are so many people within this like colorful beauty community that really hyped up the Metropolis palette. And I was so tempted. I had never spent that kind of money on an eyeshadow palette. I had just never spent that kind of money. And I was still looking at the gold palette. And in the end, I ended up buying the gold palette over the Metropolis palette. But it was that same fall time. It was fall of 2019. And I was so tempted. Or maybe, was it fall of 2018 when that came out? Shit. It was late fall of 2019 when I bought the gold palette, but I was very tempted by the Metropolis palette. But then when I finally saw a photo of the palette rearranged, that was when I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because when it was rearranged, I could see just how few shades of green and turquoise there were and how many copper shades there were. And look, I get it. I get that neutral sell, but there is something about the way it was hyped up as this beautiful green turquoise neutral palette when I was like, no, this is copper neutral with a pop of blue and green. But I felt this like, and again, this is me learning like my feelings about how different creators and influencers talk about makeup and all of that. But there was a moment where I was like, okay, no, trust yourself. When you're like, are you sure about this? Are you sure? You should trust that, because when I actually saw it rearranged, and I think Lacey, Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, was the person that showed that like rearranged their palette, I was just like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. This is a copper palette with a pop of green and a pop of turquoise. Leave me alone, you all. Everyone leave me alone. And look, if I was a rich bitch, probably most things on this grudge list would not have the same kind of feelings they do. But I have to have grudges. Grudges stop me from overspending when I already do struggle with overspending. The other Natasha Denona palette that I thought about, thank you to Lauren May Beauty for one of her most recent videos, the Triochrome palette. So I've been waiting for the right colorful palette from Natasha Denona. Lila palette is not purple. Fuck everyone that says it is purple. The gold palette only has like 4 to 5 shades that actually do anything for me. Metropolis palette, again, mostly coppery neutrals. I've just been waiting. I've been waiting for that palette from Natasha. And the Triochrome palette I thought might be the one for me. And then when I actually saw the Triochromes in action, and I understand there's only 3 in there, that first made me feel some kind of way. But then I was like, it is what it is. But if they're like 3 amazing Triochromes, then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But they aren't amazing. They look pretty dull. They don't have like a high shine or high metallic. They don't they don't pop in the way that multichromes pop for me. I've swatched it myself in store. I've seen it in action. It's not ugly, but the potential of like a purple triochrome shadow with 4 other purple mattes, a green triochrome shadow with 4 other green mattes, a rosy, whatever, bronzy one with 4 mattes. Like, I just was looking for more and I was expecting more. And I felt like it was just a miss. And like, it's not that mainstream can't do multichromes, because Pat has proven that, Danessa has proven that, and other brands have proven that as well. And so I felt like seeing the velvety soft effect of the Natasha Denona Triochrome shadows, I just felt like, you're charging over $100 for what? And I think the reason why I feel grudges about Natasha Denona for multiple reasons. Tina the Fancy Face's experience with Natasha, Cora Vintage Tacky's experiences with Natasha, but also I want to like that brand more than I do, because I love palettes that have magnetic packaging where I can use the shadows as singles. So I kind of want to be a Natasha customer. I want more of her palettes, because I do think that there is a usability, a kind of like workhorse nature of them that I would fucking love. But she just keeps missing the mark with these color stories. And because I want to love it, it like makes the grudge even stronger, because I'm like, you have the potential and you keep fucking it up. But maybe the ultimate brand that I really feel that way about is Melt Cosmetics. And the release from them that just, it wasn't Amor Eterno. It wasn't Smoke Sessions, even though I'm a green lover. It wasn't Gemini, even though I'm a green lover. The Melt Beetlejuice collaboration collection still makes me so angry. The Beetlejuice movie is fucking amazing. The Beetlejuice cartoon is fucking amazing. The inspiration that those bring to my life is like endless. And the way that that collection was done makes me so angry. It enrages me. It enrages me. Let me count the ways. They released an 8-pan and a 10-pan palette. Both palettes were the same size, which means the 8-pan just had a bunch of extra empty space in it. They switched up their pan sizes so that rather than being that classic rectangular Melt collection look, all of a sudden they're square pans. It didn't feel like Melt to me. The 10-pan palette was the red and gray palette, and the 8-pan was the green and purple palette. Greens and purples are such a large range of colors. You could have had a 10-pan with that. You could have had a beautiful 10-pan of green and purple. Instead, you picked the red and gray color story to make more shadows of, when gray, like black to white, is a natural ombre. It's a natural gradient. You don't need 10 colors for that. Red to black is also like, you don't need 10. And even if you wanted 10 colors for that, give me 10 shades of purple and green. I know that it was a dark toned movie and cartoon, so gray and black, I get it. But there was something about the purple and green palette that was just so fucking insulting to me. It was so insulting. And it wasn't a magnetic palette. These palettes were not magnetized because they weren't also the melt pan sizes normally. You couldn't mix and match them with your existing collections if you had any other melt collections. It just felt like miss after miss after miss after miss. And like, because that's such a favorite piece of media for me, and because also because Melt is so hyped up. It's so hyped up, yet they are a brand that shows inconsistency across releases, just like Natasha Denona. I have felt a strong grudge towards them, and the Beetlejuice collection was just like, it was that ultimate nail in the coffin where I was like, y'all fucked up, and I might be done. I might be done. And I mean, I know I have a lot of audacity to say that I am done with a brand that I barely shopped from before, but I'm fucking done, okay? That's how my grudge self works. After lots of feelings, lots of emotions. And if you got this far, let me know, what's one of your makeup grudges? What's just something you cannot let go of that just makes you mad? I want to hear from y'all. I love hearing your thoughts, your feelings, your anger, your frustrations, or maybe it's a grudge that you feel wonderful about. I just want to hear from y'all. Definitely excited to see what's happening in the comments of this video. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. Don't forget to check out my friend Audra's makeup grudge video. And a quick reminder that if you're a creator and you have makeup grudges, consider this your encouragement to make the damn video. Most importantly, take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.